We're back. Gross Hockey, episode 39 of your favorite hockey podcast. Yeah, we missed a week. Boys are busy. Life got in the way, but we're back, boys. How we doing? Jake, how's it going?
Doing pretty good, brother. Been working out a lot, trying to put in some hours for gross. Honestly, I'm just in my grind right now. The New Year's got me motivated. Some other things got me motivated. Um, yeah, I'm fucking ready to roll. I think gonna try to go to Boston this weekend, see some hockey, maybe make some content for gross. I don't know, maybe if you guys are around, we can meet up at some point. You know, things are good right now.
Yeah, good to hear. Well, you you said other things are motivating you too. What else? What else you got?
Yeah, we won't get too much into that, but sometimes you think you find the one
I
and life
feel
has
like,
other plans. So
oh,
all you
okay.
do is
Hmm.
move forward and keep grinding.
That's true. Yeah. Uh, there's an artist by the name of Mike. He has a song called These Days. I think you should check that song out.
Okay. You guys have been telling me to listen to this guy and I still haven't. I got it. I'm a creature of habit. I listen to like the same songs in the car. But
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
perfect.
I'll give
That's
her
a
a listen.
that's these days. Just that one in particular. It's a throwback. But
Maybe on the way up to our trip. I don't know how much we want to leak to the audience,
oh,
but
fuck it, dude. I mean, yeah,
okay.
we're excited about that too. I mean, obviously some friends as well. But Gross Hockey's like a family. It's not even just us. It's everybody. And yeah, we got a trip to New Hampshire right on the lake. We're booking. I don't know exactly how that will play into gross, but we're putting the minds together at the very, very least, and then we'll be playing pond hockey. We'll probably, you know, we're no swaggy P. I'll just say that. But we'll see what we do, and we're all gonna have fun. So, uh, before we get too lost in this, though, JB, are you still there? And how are you doing?
I am still here, boys. I'm doing good. Um, Still living the same dream as I was before the new year. But a lot of exciting stuff around Gross and a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that we've been working hard at. It's nice to see that it's starting to pay off in a sense that it's getting out there with the reach and people seem to be liking it. I saw a comment in one of the DM request, just talking about the hockey locker room. So that was huge to see that
Mm,
people enjoy it. It seems like we have a pretty good group in there and conversation's always going. So possibly adding some new people in there if you'd like it.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, I think it's at like 40 something now. I think that's huge for us. I mean, we've used it to put our content in there, but also just as a community. So, I mean, I think that's huge. I think a lot of people are looking for that, and that's what we're building, obviously.
Yeah, it's a great time even for us too. Like we're watching the Bruins games. A lot of people are throwing their thoughts in the chat, and sometimes you just need to vent a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. There'll be memes, there's stuff all over. By the way, I did want to mention the Gross USA hockey hats, right? So those are we've been just enamored, I guess would be the word, with the amount of people who are interested in it. And we haven't even had the final hat to show it off. And we've already, a lot of people have shown trust in us and bought it. So that has meant a lot. We're really excited about that. I think they're going to come out unbelievable. And they're also going to be done before the a rink, the the Olympic rink. The gross hockey hat is going to be out before the Olympic rink. Granted, theirs is a lot bigger, but they had like 6 years to do that.
The bar's low.
The bar is low. What do you guys think about that? Like, I know we chatted about that a little bit before, like the Kachuk brothers are like, who cares? And obviously they're gonna play as long as they can, but it seems like a gong show. The Italians are just completely fucking the dog on that one.
Yeah, I thought Jake was going to lean into that one.
I
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
I,
it's
I had something to say, and then my every thought in my head just went right out the window. But yeah, I've actually heard more positive things as of recently that it's coming along good. obviously it's not what it was supposed to be, capacity wise. And I think I heard somebody saying this. I mean, like if you, Mike, you were just in Italy, you could tell us better than anyone. If you go into all those buildings, just like the way they're built are just like it's so beautifully done, and like it's just such like good, nice to look at, and the rink is just like cocky poo poo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you're expecting like some nice, columns. Like I don't know, maybe I'm talking out of my ass right now,
Well,
but
I think you're more thinking of the like older, like historical things in Italy that were there
yeah,
for years.
obviously, but
But I hear what you're saying, and yeah, like there's definitely not going to be one of those things where they show the rink mid-game and you're like, wow, what a fucking arena. I mean, it's gonna be pretty ugly, but at the end of the day, maybe a smaller arena with less fans is gonna make it more hectic. Who knows? I mean, it's gonna be great either way. But
Jake wants some art pieces in the arena.
yeah,
Have Picasso paint some stuff up. Yeah, I
the
mean,
the Mona Lisa.
yeah, I mean, I do think it's tough. I mean, they probably had a good idea of this happening now for a while, and I heard that they have a crew that goes over there though and helps build up the rink and get everything set. So I don't know. It just seems like it's hard to try to do that no matter where you're at. Just build a facility that quickly, and we've seen it before. A lot of these facilities go abandoned afterwards, anyways. So it's kind of like I don't know. The whole Olympic, it's great for the time being, but yeah, it's got to be a grind for those guys to try to pour concrete and get stands. Did you guys see a picture of that? Like the first row in like the lower bowl isn't even like on the glass,
Yeah.
which
uh,
is like it's nuts. Like looking at that, but
Yeah, I don't know what to think. So this was a new build. They didn't just have a rink already. Like they had to have had a rink.
I
This is
mean,
a
I
new.
would definitely fact check that. But I mean,
I think
a lot of the times with Olympics, like they're building a lot of those, like
Like
whatever you want to call them.
like a village, right? Because they're supposed to have
yeah,
like housing for the athletes of
Yeah.
everything. Because the whole Winter Olympics are in this area, so it's not just, you know, obviously it's not just hockey. There's women's hockey. I don't even know how many. Do you guys know that? How many events are gonna go on in the Winter Olympics? Like
I feel
even a
like a
guess?
lot. I
What
don't
would be
know.
a guess?
God, that's a good one. I think we should do that at the end of the pod. Do like a little trivia.
Well, we can just do it right now. I'm gonna look it up.
All right, pigeon tossed.
No, I mean, I just mean we can
Events.
take a
I'll
guess.
go 144. I don't know. That could be way too high.
No, that's relatively in the area. So there's different things. There's a certain amount of sports, but then there's a lot more medal events.
Like
So
events.
it's
Okay.
so like there's only 16 sports, but there's a lot more events. So you were close with the events actually. It's a little
Yeah.
under that.
That's like what I was going for though.
Yeah, I probably just gave too much
Variation.
away to JB. I gave him a big advantage. You want to throw a guess there?
115.
116.
Wow.
Yeah. So good shit. So 16 sports, 116 medal events. Ski mountaineering. I mean, maybe at the end of the episode we can look these up and look into each thing a little bit more detail. But
The Winter Olympics are far and above, so much better than the Summer Olympics. So
yeah,
many more cooler things.
yeah. I mean, hockey being a huge part of it, right? Basketball is the best in the summer, I would assume, right?
Yeah, even that, like, who gives a fuck?
Is that in the summer? I don't even really know.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. USA just runs like everything. Like,
Yeah. I
there's
mean, I
just
think some countries are maybe getting a little bit better now. Like,
yeah, they compete, but it's like, dude, like you got LeBron, Steph Curry, like
yeah,
Kevin Durant on a team. Like, come on, like
yeah.
there's
It's
no
been
comp.
Tatum. I think
Yeah,
Tatum didn't even start last year.
I don't think he didn't even really play.
Yeah, it's crazy. Um, but yeah, boys. So I mean, I don't know. Let's obviously get into some Bruins. I think that's
I
probably
think
the
we stay on the Olympics and talk about these Olympic rosters that were released.
have we not discussed that
We
since?
haven't we haven't gotten together since.
Okay, all right. I like that then because I do have some feelings about both teams. I'll
Start us off.
no, no, you do it. Because I think you had a, you know, you wanted to stay here, so all you.
Okay. I guess we'll start with Canada. They're the favorite, so obviously big discussion on who's gonna make the team. A couple pretty big surprises. Um, no Bedard, that was a huge talking point. I guess I just want your guys' thoughts on that. First and foremost, kind of, I guess I always said I don't think he's gonna make it, but I think like he's right there. But what do you guys think? You guys think that's a mistake or
Yeah, my opinion would be I think it's I think it's fine to not have him because the team is so good.
yeah?
I would have my thing would have been Bennett, I think. I would have rathered have just what he's done in the big games. Like I don't really understand how you could keep him off. That would be my thing.
Yeah, I
JB?
think I agree with that.
Yeah.
I didn't have too many strong feelings about the Canadian roster. I mean, Bennett's a big game player. He brings a different style of play, he's more physical, and he
Yeah.
definitely would be an asset to have on that team. So see how it plays out.
Yeah. I mean,
Also,
yeah.
everything he's done for that Canadian team in the Four Nations, I don't know how you keep him off. I know he's not having the best year, but like Florida's kind of in a tough spot right now, and I think he's playing first line minutes now, like going up against the best guys.
Yeah.
Guy
100%.
fucking fought Brady Kachuk, and he scored a goal in that call it gold medal game. I don't know what the
Yeah.
championship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's pretty crazy to leave him off. Like,
I agree. Were there anyone else on Canada that you would have had on?
yeah, I probably would have taken Chikrin over Sanheim.
Yeah. I don't know too much about either one. You wouldn't have had Schaefer then.
No, I mean, I don't know if they put him as a reserve, but
They didn't.
I think like
Oh, actually, I don't know.
they might have because I think they selected 15 guys, and I know Doug Armstrong was talking very highly about him. Um, but like you don't need him. Like,
You don't think so? I mean,
n-
it'll be a huge test. Like it's almost like the playoffs, right? It's probably even more so than the playoffs. So
yeah, I mean,
he hasn't faced that yet.
especially like USA being your biggest competition, like I just don't think if a guy like Makar went down, like a dynamic, like game-changing defenseman, then I think you bring that kid in. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I know he's very unproven, and you're comparing Cale Makar to Matthew
No,
Schaefer,
no.
but
I
I
I
think
actually
he replaces him well.
I hear that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, kind of dependent on who goes down. Like
Yeah.
if Sanheim or Doughty or someone goes down, maybe you bring in Chikrin to be more of that physical presence because you
Also
definitely
a guy that
need.
can score fucking
Yeah.
25 goals.
Yeah,
And
he has scored at a ridiculous pace as a
yeah.
D man. And he's a physical like I
Big
know
dude.
weren't we talking about him on one of the first episodes about something that he does that's great. Like he takes really good care of his
Oh
body.
yeah. It was something with like beeswax, and then he took like the battery. He sits on something while he drives his like electric car or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's some wild shit, but hey, I mean
Yeah.
I mean it kind of goes into the Tom Brady thing. JB, did you get a chance to listen to that or I mean it just came out at midnight.
No, I did not.
I'm sure you're probably planning on it, but it's that I mean that's a highly recommended interview. It's really cool just to go inside that guy's brain and just how he thinks. I would say the main thing I took from him was just the he broke the game down into three categories like mental, physical, and emotional. And I feel like that is I don't know, just not really talked about enough. Some of these guys like Jordan and Brady and these goats like they did everything they could to get that extra step. But yeah, where were we here? Canada. Yeah, so I think that's probably fair. Goaltending, I didn't really have any feelings, but the USA obviously is where
Kind of a lot to talk about there.
yeah, where we have more of our interest. We made a mock. It didn't come out the way our mock did. I don't think we didn't do it the way we thought they would do it. We did it the way we would have done it, if
Yeah.
that makes any sense. But yeah, what were the first thought? Who would you 100% have put on this team if anybody?
I think the first one you gotta say is Robertson. I I think it's pretty crazy to leave him off.
Yeah, I agree with that. Especially when you're keeping a guy like Trocheck and Miller. And I get Trocheck, maybe he's a PK guy. I don't really know that I get Miller. I don't know. Was he great at Four Nations? Like he
He
hasn't had a
was
good
he was
year.
good. He played a role that you do like need in those games.
And Robertson doesn't play. He's a top six role.
Yeah. And I was actually listening to 32 Thoughts with Elliot Friedman, and he was like kind of trying to wrap his head around why Robertson didn't make this team. And he said at the end of the day, he thinks the deciding factor was there's nothing that Robertson does that like really grabs your attention. Like he kind of just does everything well.
Hmm.
I don't know. There's not something that's like super distinctive about him.
Like he
I
doesn't
feel
have like a
like
Matthews shot.
that's actually the exact comparison that
Yeah.
he used. He's not
But I
overly
don't know.
fast. Like,
I just don't know that I get that when other guys make the team. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But you know what? To be honest, like who's the Islander or is it Brock Nelson? So he's on the app.
Yeah, he's on the Avs now, but yeah,
I get him. He's having a great year.
he's having a
My
great.
my main thing, I just question JT Miller and Trocheck. Like that, the Rangers team is struggling. I don't know. I just saw like you could potentially make this team better. Like they did have a great Four Nations, but they lost, right? Like I think you're trying to might not be a bad idea to make a few changes. Granted, they did. So anyway, JB, what was your kind of takeaways? Anybody? I know we talked Robertson, but I mean, are you pretty happy with the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, really blended with both of your thoughts. I definitely thought Robertson, I don't know, I would have liked him on this team. I just think all in all, like, I don't know. I don't agree with the JT Miller thing. I'm not a JT Miller fan. Body language and just the way he plays, I think he's kind of on the back nine a bit, and he's just I don't know if he's a guy I really want to bring, but another name that I was thinking about, just USA and also scoring ability, Cole Caulfield. Like same thing, like just brings a different element. He has the shot, and it could be useful in some games when you don't have Austin Matthews going, which I think we're in for. I don't know if I expect a ton from Austin Matthews. We'll see.
He has
Hopefully,
been hot as of late, though.
yeah, he's also in the regular season, and it's not a super meaningful thing. So
I know. I'm just
we
pointing.
should we shall see. I hope he does, right? Like we're all USA fans. At
Of
the end of
course,
the day,
yeah.
I would love for him to show up and kind of take that whatever the monkey off his back with that. But I don't know. Hopefully, history doesn't repeat itself.
Yeah, I did actually have some thoughts on him that I thought maybe we could get into later. Uh, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it might make some sense now. I watched the game last night. It was a hell of a game. I actually only caught the third, so I didn't really watch the whole game. But the Avs and the Leafs, two really good teams. The Avs are a wagon. It was in Colorado. Place was jumping. Went to overtime. But before that, Matthews scored a goal to make it, I believe, 3-2 with like 9 minutes left in the third. Textbook Austin Matthews goal. I don't know if you guys caught it like on Instagram or anything today, but uh, just that toe drag release right through the triangle, just a rip. So, watching him too, it was funny because like 5 minutes later, of course, Nathan McKinnon to Marty Necas tap in and they tied it, and Matthews was on the ice. And I was just thinking about like his overall play, like his ability to play, because I think it's easy with social media and him being in Toronto. It's easy to simplify the discussion around him a lot, and I think we've hammered it to, you know, we've beaten the horse. But I guess my thing with him is just I think he is a really good defensive forward with an elite shot. I just don't. I think we've kind of established he's not. He's probably not the guy that grabs your team and takes them with him, like as a leader. Uh, but he's still a really valuable player. I obviously hope more for him at this Olympics, just like you just said, JB. And I have some hope because I wonder if he was battling something, and he's obviously catching some fire right now. So, he would be a guy who, if he does go off, we're talking about a different tournament because he really didn't do much at all. He's playing against the best in the world, right? But we didn't see the Austin Matthews that we've come like that stormed onto the league. So, uh, yeah, those are just my thoughts on that. I feel like the Leafs. What do you guys think about the Leafs? Because now they are on like a 10-game heater. Just really quick, do you guys think? Because I feel like this team took a step back with Marner, and that might have been good, but I still don't see it. Do you guys have them in the playoffs?
To be honest, no. I think they're just like every team gets hot and cold. I think they're just hot right now. Yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs, and I don't see this hot streak lasting too much longer. I think maybe they'll be a better team than they have been to start the season, but I still don't think they make the playoffs. I think there's just too many teams that in the East that are ahead of them,
Well, the Atlantic is crazy. I think they're in a,
especially the Atlantic. There's actually not a single bad team in the Atlantic.
I think they're in a spot as of today, though. Um,
I think they're in the first wild card right now.
yeah. JB, what do you think they're going to make the playoffs? But also, I'll ask you this: would you rather see them or Buffalo make it?
Um, I don't think Toronto makes it. I'm also praying that they don't make it. But the second part of that, I would much rather see Buffalo. Just that organization has kind of been through it. They haven't been there in a long time. And I don't know, it'd be cool to see like Tage Thompson take a run in the playoffs, see if they could do some damage. So,
Yeah, I like that. See, personally, I think the Leafs are going to make it. As much as I obviously hope they don't, we have their first. I think they're too good of a team. Um, they've really struggled, and sometimes you bottom out, and who knows, maybe they make a run. Obviously, it's really hard to predict that when you've seen what they've done. But anyway, speaking of the Leafs, though, like Matthew Nyes, I thought would have been a guy I would have taken. I get maybe he's not a PK guy like a Trocheck, but I don't know. I feel like he would have been a really fun player to add. Is there anybody else? Like I know we said Robertson. Um, I'm trying to think. Was there really anybody else you could have brought up? I mean, Cole Caulfield, I really
Fox
like
is like
that.
another big one. I know we personally
Who?
didn't have him on our team, but Fox, a lot of people were
Oh
pretty
yeah.
pissed about.
Well, he actually got hurt. Like I think he's not going to be even healthy anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know, obviously the details of
I
his.
think the decision was made before he was hurt, maybe. I'm not even sure.
No, I think you're
I don't
right.
think the injury had
Yeah,
any factor on him making the team or not.
yeah, yeah. Um, Other than that, who else? We had Patty Kane on there, and I think we had DeBrincat too. So
Not really surprised either of those guys didn't make it though.
yeah, I'm really not too surprised overall that they kept it pretty similar. I think Tage Thompson was a must,
Yeah.
and then I liked the Seth Jones. I think we brought him up, right?
Yeah. I think we had him on our team now.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good move because people talk about him, I think he's a hell of a defenseman when he's put in the right spot. He's 6'4", he can skate, he can shoot, he can do everything. So having him on an Olympic team makes a lot of sense. Yeah, anything else about USA, the Olympics in general?
No, the only other one I was surprised about, obviously biased there, but Hampus Lindholm not making Sweden was pretty wild to me. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but I just think there's
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I get that. I mean, I think there is just so many good defensemen, and maybe his injury played a role. Like for
I'm so happy he's not going, dude. That is the last thing we need from a Bruins standpoint.
It's true.
yeah, kind of scared about even McAvoy going as much as you're gonna root for him. He plays like such an animal. I mean, how about that guy's last 24 or sorry, last 12 months? Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, the shoulder injury, that was what game? I think that was game one of Four Nations. No, 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 I'm sorry.
No, it was against Canada, I think.
No, it's against Finland.
That was the first game.
Yeah, that's where the injury happened. So, dude,
Oh, and he
he
played through it.
yeah, yeah, this is all coming back
They
to me now.
treated it wrong. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And then he threw that he threw a bunch of hits.
Dude, he was a human wrecking ball against Canada.
He fucking lit up McDavid twice. He had Crosby. Like he's guy's a beast. He's just a
I
fucking
think he's gonna be like them having him against Canada, like, will be huge. Him
yeah.
and Quinn Hughes first pair, dude. Like can't imagine a better first pair.
It's like you know what it is actually? It's uh hut. How many of your hut teams, I know we probably all don't play that much anymore, but like in the last 5 years had Quinn Hughes and McAvoy. I definitely had that at one
I
point.
definitely had them as a pairing on my team this year, actually.
Yeah. They just play, I think like to the McAvoy, and I'm sure you guys like I know JB will probably have something to say about this, but I think McAvoy can come into his own as long as himself, and then probably, it helps that it's kind of understood he's not Cale Makar and he's not Quinn Hughes. You know, he's not the dynamic offensive defenseman. He's very talented offensively. I think he could serve by having more of a shooting mentality. I think he knows that. He's definitely heard that. And maybe just being more effective with his shot from the point, stuff like that. But overall, he's just such a shutdown defenseman. And that's the role where he can settle in. That's why it would help that the Bruins maybe had someone who could run the power play or carry a little bit more of the offensive weight on the blue line. But yeah, he's a fucking dog. Um, any thoughts on that? I mean, Morgan Geekie is fighting it. What have you guys what have you guys kind of thought about his inability to score in the last 8 or 9 games?
I thought your Instagram story today was spot on. I think I'd put money on him to score tonight. He also just had a child, I believe a baby girl. So I feel like normally guys come back and first game they're potting one home. So yeah, I mean I think just it happens. Like he was scoring so at will that like you kind of knew there's gonna be some, yeah,
Yeah,
struggle.
yeah, 100%. JB, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think his game has changed too much, to be completely honest with you. He's hit how many posts in these games? I feel like he's been ringing them off. So, in my eyes, he's still beating goalies. It's just sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. So, I don't really want to see him change his game really at all. Hopefully now he can kind of get settled back in. I know I listened to the presser about whatever him coming back and then talking about the situation. I mean, there's probably a lot that was on his mind dealing with that and knowing that it was pretty close. So hopefully now it seems like everyone's healthy in the family and he can get back to playing hockey and hopefully it he gets back to scoring goals.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I mean, I think it's definitely eked into his head. Because there's some plays where I feel like he's kind of complicating it, but other times where he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna shoot still, like to your point, and he's just getting unlucky. Part of it's probably the shooting percentage, things just kind of revert back, gets in your head a bit. But yeah, hopefully tonight he gets one. Remember Brandon Carlo got that one in the playoffs the day he had a girl or a son or whatever it was. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything really to worry about. I heard, I'm not even gonna name the source, but I just heard someone talking about it and saying like, is he like a 50 goal scorer? And it's like, no. And they were talking like 30-ish goals. And I'm like, I mean, he has 25 right now. We're at halfway point. He hasn't scored in 9 games. Like he's gonna catch back up. He probably will get 40 this year. I don't know. Maybe he's not a consistent 40 goal scorer, but um, anywho, we shall see. Uh,
Be a
I mean,
consistent 30 goal scorer moving forward.
yeah, yeah. So honestly, what this person was saying is probably pretty fair. But um, yeah, I mean, anything else, JB? Like, I throw it over to you. Any takeaways from the Bruins? Like, they've won three straight. I think they're 4-1 in their last five or something along those lines. And I mean, there was the Rangers game. That was
That was a blast.
that was absurd. And then there was a guy who got shoved off the balcony in the Rangers game, which was like, I
I
mean,
don't think he got shoved off the balcony. He just got shoved down the stairs.
no, he got shoved. Well, it was hard to see in the video, but I think he got shoved into like the lower bowl from like the lowest part of the balcony, I believe.
Nah, I think he was just on the stairs. I don't know. The video is brutal, so
But
it's
when you
it's
say the stairs, I believe they were in like the middle of the row. So I think he got sent over and maybe not like a whole level, but I mean, he went to like 7 seats below at least,
yeah,
smacked his
I don't
dome.
know. You're just making it sound like he was on the balcony and got pushed off and fell like 20 feet and like down. So I don't know.
I mean, you might be underrated. You might have to watch the video again because I mean,
He went
JB,
tumbling for sure.
JB, give us the settle this
I
now.
just want to have this continue going, honestly. I'm kind of enjoying this. You guys are
Tell us how many seats did
bickering
he fell,
tonight.
so me and Jake can
Yeah, I think he
better.
uh he went sideways 2 rows and then he went down five. I'm currently trying to pull up the coordinates for you guys.
Okay, so we were
Uh
both wrong. That's fair.
yeah, you're both wrong. As normal. I'm right. No, I mean Bruins, I love it, right? Jake quickly said it. There was a blasting on or in the game against the Rangers. That was unreal. We love to see that. We've said it all the way along. Like they play a very difficult game, both for the opposition, but also I think for themselves. I mean, it's not an easy play style to keep up night in, night out. It's a good time for them to get hot. I think they once they go into the break, I think the back half they have 25 games. I think when they come back from break. So I mean, you need to go into the Olympic timing. In a good spot, which I like. We've seen depth scoring all year that continues. I mean, what a night from Marat Hustadinov. And I mean, Pavel Zaka. He's another guy we've talked a lot about. So I'm super pumped. I love where their game's at. I think that it's something that they can replicate. It's just as long as everyone's healthy.
Yeah, well said. Um, to your point about the good time to get hot. I think they played Detroit tonight. Obviously, it's 20 minutes from the puck drop, and then I think it's Seattle, and then I think Chicago, and then another team that maybe is middling. So I think you win this game, and you go on a 4-game heater, and you have a real chance to make it another like 7-game run. We know they've been so streaky this year, and I think you said it well, just with kind of summarizing what we've said about them this year, and just it is a tiring way that they play the game. So and with the parity right now, like yeah, you're gonna have games where it can't be perfect. And I think Marco Sturm mentioned working on their ability to win their like you can't have an A game every night, but finding ways to win when you have your B game. And I mean, I think you kind of saw that in the last one where they won 1-0, right? They got good goaltending, they hung on. So exciting. Murat Hustadinov with a dick trick. Remember when Joe Thornton said if he scored 4 goals, he would pull his cock out and stroke it on the ice? That's a dick trick. Um, Pavel Zacha, his dad is very happy, and Pavel Zacha is subsequently very happy for his hat trick in his life. Guy's just guy's just almost like a robot. Like, do you guys hear his interviews after the game?
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I just caught it quickly, but I just thought it was funny when they ask like, "Are you excited that you got a hat trick?" And he goes into this whole thing about his teammates, and then at the end, it's like, "Happy that I got hat trick." Like, I don't know. I just
He's the
find these
best, dude. I
guys.
love him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Just make him the new mascot of the Bruins.
Yeah, for real. He's a beauty, and that's kind of what I. So this is episode 39. It's the Morgan Geeky episode. Kind of wanted my loose thought of this episode for at least the Bruins portion of talk is we've covered it a little bit before, but Morgan Geekie's kind of that money ball, right? That money ball season where it was a low risk, high reward kind of a signing or acquisition. And I feel like he's the leader of there's a bunch of guys on this team that are like that, and we've talked about him. I mean, that is what I really like as a hockey fan because we've talked Buffalo. Imagine being a fan. Like I know they're playing well now, but the Bruins took one step back and they've done really well since. I mean, you got Morgan Geekie, you got Pavel Zacha behind them. It's like a team of misfits. That's why I think I said David Pasternak's Mafia, but maybe a better term would be David Pasternak and the Misfits. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I like it.
Who else? So you got
Kind of like
Geeky.
the Mafia more, honestly.
Yeah, I think the Mafia might be more fitting. But you got Geeky, Zaka. I would say Murat is obviously in that category. Uh, Jonathan Asbro, guys, right? Just got signed the other
Yeah.
day.
He's gonna be
Okay.
the next Quinn Hughes, dude.
Yeah, JB, I know you've liked his game for a bit, and it took me a little bit more to notice him because I think you don't typically notice a guy who plays his style of game, and that's good. But go into, your thoughts on his game.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably outside of Charlie McAvoy, he has the quickest closeout rate for a team trying to break into their D zone or their offensive zone. But it's unreal to watch. He's able to have a really good gap. He's not a huge guy, but he plays pretty physical, which I mean, that's the Bruins brand of hockey, especially with this team. And I've really, really liked the pairing between him and McAvoy. I think he allows McAvoy to have a little bit more runway, and he plays more of that defensive game, but he's also willing to skate the puck if he sees open ice. So I think being a Bruins fan or even in that organization, I think they knew that they needed to try to lock this guy down, especially the price that they were able to do it at. He's a lock for this team right now unless something drastically changes. But yeah, I really like this game.
Mm. Yeah, I is he a lefty?
Yeah,
So they have, and I do, obviously we've liked the Zorov McAvoy, but the ability to change things at different points in the game and depending on your lineup is awesome. He brings a lot of versatility. Like you said, he's really been good defensively and he's made good decisions. One thing I noticed when I play pickup and I'm a forward and there's some, 48-year-old guy who just learned how to skate on defense is so much of it's awareness. Wouldn't you say? Like knowing when to take that step and knowing when I should, if I move up here, I can shut this play down. If I back up, which is the safe play, I'm probably going to give him a chance. And it's kind of that like confidence and ability. He just seems to get it and be able to make that right read, which yeah, he's just a very simple defenseman and very welcomed on his team with Mason Lohrei back there. Anybody else you think worth mentioning?
I mean, I think Lowry has stepped up here recently. I think his game has been pretty solid. He had that nice goal, that little toe drag. It's like his signature if he can pull it off. But um, yeah, I mean, he's another guy, right? Like we've said it for a while now. Like his ceiling is still kind of unknown. He still has to play a few more games, I think, as an NHL defenseman before it's fair for anyone to really give a super great take on his game. But um, I think less is more with him. And if he's a guy that can turn out, like, it's just trying to figure out how this decor really should look. Because Lindholm, I mean, talk about another guy, right? You said McAvoy last 12 months. I mean, he's had a tough, I mean, last probably 16 months, like just dealing with that knee injury. And then it seems like really ever since he's come back, it's really been one thing after another. I've heard them say that it hasn't really had to do with his knee. So I don't know what else is lingering, but I was going to ask you guys, like, what do you think if everyone's healthy at right before playoffs and the Bruins are making the playoffs? Like, what does this decor look like in your eyes? Because that's a Jordan Harris back in the mix. Obviously, they have Aspero. Like, what would you, I guess, change in this lineup. Yoki Haru's been in and out.
Yeah, it's a good question.
That's a good
Are
question.
we ignoring lines and just saying the six? Because I feel like, it could mix and match. It might make it easier to just, I'll just give you
Yeah, I mean, I think
six.
like tomorrow night is game one, and not really thinking about matchups, just like who you confidently would throw out there for the first game in the postseason.
I mean, I would probably go Zadorov, McAvoy, line one, right?
Yep.
And then I would do Lindholm with, I think that's where it's tough. Like trading Carlo, this team's lacking right-handed defensemen. You have Yoki Haru, you have Andrew Peak, and then you can move someone to their offside. I would probably go Yoki Haru, and then no, that is really tough, man, because then I'm pushing Aspero out. I'll keep him in. I've really liked him. I'll say Lorai and Aspero on the bottom, and then I'll say Peak and Lindholm.
I'd probably go with the same thing, honestly. And then, keep low Rye on a short leash. And then Yoki Haru or Harris, whoever's kind of playing better at that time. Next guy up.
Yeah, yeah. JB, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is tough. As of right now, like I said, if his game continues to be the way it is, I'm not touching Aspero. I'm not moving him away from McAvoy. I think I've seen a much better McAvoy, and I don't know if what McAvoy is doing is allowing Aspero to play a different game, but I've absolutely loved that D pairing. I think if Lindholm's healthy, I'm keeping him on that second line, left D spot, and I would probably go Lindholm Peak. And then I think on my that bottom line, I think I'm going to go Zadorov, and then that's where the plug and play happens, whether it's Yoki Haru or playing Jordan Harris, who played on his offside before the injury. I think that's the way I would go. Same thing, like play time is a lot different than what the lineup looks like, right? Depending on PK or just different things that happen in the game PP. So that's probably where I'd start, just because I think Zadorov can sometimes get crazy too. I love his game, but I think sometimes whether it's rushes that he doesn't need to take or the penalty side of it, I think it's good to let him play his game on the third line to start, and then depending on how the game plays, right? Like Marco Sturm has no problem moving him up late in the game to play with Chucky Mack. So
Yeah, no, I like that. I think you're almost looking more matchups too because you're able to separate McAvoy and Zadorov, and obviously you're putting both in your lineup every single night that they're healthy. So you're always going to be able to put them on the ice together for a shift or for the whole game if you want to match up specifically, or the physicality of those two in particular is uh is scary. Um so
outside of that,
yeah.
someone I wanted to bring up, personally, I think Casey Middlestat has looked great. He's been a guy that I know the game I was at, he had that nice little tuck, short side.
Oh
But
yeah.
I don't know, just his game I've really liked. It seems moving him like out of the center position, it allows him to play a much simpler game. Also, I think him being center is just a lot of ice that he has to make up, and I don't think he's like obviously the greatest skater. He has a little weird stride to him. Obviously, he's in the NHL, and I'm sitting on my
No, I agree.
used
Yeah.
desk chair that I didn't even have to pay for. So,
I agree. I
um,
agree though. He does have something weird with the way it seems like his first step. Kind
he's
of
got a
looks,
little hop to him,
it's got
a little bounce.
it looks a little older than he's like 26, but again,
He looks like me at like a 7 a.m. skate, and the hips are not warmed up yet.
yeah, for sure. You know, it's funny. I saw his girlfriend put a TikTok. There's a new thing on TikTok. These wives or girlfriends are posting like a video from the stands of their husband, and it'll zoom in and it'll just him playing the game, and they'll caption it. He has no idea, but when he gets home, he's gonna like fold all my laundry or something like that. Thought that was pretty funny. I got into a wormhole of his wife, his TikTok account, but it's funny. I was actually gonna bring him up because it's talking about the Misfits and the Zaka, the Geekie, Husadinov, and Steves, I think is another one. But Middlestat, totally agree. Yeah, Jake, anything on that? I mean, I definitely, I don't think there's too much negative you could say about him.
Yeah, no, not really. No, I think you guys covered it all.
Yeah, Steves too. I mean, look, he came out really hot, blew his load pretty early, but I think we all didn't expect him to be like a 30 goal guy, especially right away. But been effective still, right? And kind of a Swiss Army knife that you can put anywhere in your lineup. Responsible, plays physical. Um, I mean, fucking Hustadinov. So Hustadinov is on pace for the highest point total from a under 23 Bruins forward since 2020. That's a very kind of niche stat, I guess, but just to shows you like their youth hasn't been there. We know that they've had Bergeron, they've been going for the cup, but he could be something, boys. I love that little bugger.
Yeah, your best player also loves playing with him too.
Yeah, because I feel like he's like a little fucking pit bull. Like he really plays physical. He's hard on pucks. He wins battles. You guys see how many times a game he pins guys at the boards? Like,
Marshawn
Dude,
2.0, bro.
yeah,
yeah, I've said that, dude. I think
yeah,
he's like the Walmart Marshawn, right? Like, he's still young. Obviously, there's a lot to grow in his game, but yeah, dude, I agree with you. I mean, just the amount of pucks that he comes out with in the corners
yeah.
is actually insane.
Yeah. And then like when you talk about Marchand, obviously he's so talented. Husadinhov's got a lot of fucking talent and the ability to play with Pasternak. And that is probably what he loves, maybe second most, because I bet Pasta loves a guy who wins pucks. Because we all know, like when you score 60 goals, like that isn't really your role because you're just more useful in front of the net or with the puck in your stick. But
He is aging though. I know you've brought it up, and
yeah.
I noticed it, but I didn't like pay too much attention to it. And then I've been kind of like watching it more so now,
Hmm.
and it is noticeable. Like I'm not saying that he's like steps behind at all. Like he's still an unbelievable player, but it does look like he's lost a little bit of a jump. Which who knows? He had the tendonitis in his knee. Like could be dealing with that or another lingering injury, but it does seem like that's why. Like I think the most that we've seen out of Pasta has really been when he's been playing with Hustadinov.
Yeah.
And like you said, like if there's no matter who you are, like when you're playing on a forward line, like if your F1 is coming out with the puck 80% of the time, you're gonna love playing with them. It's like
Yeah.
in men's league. I love when I get lined up with these little water bugs. Just give me the puck, dude. Those
Yeah.
guys typically can't shoot. He can shoot, so it works out. But
He's a fucking weapon. But no, it's a very interesting point to bring up. And before I do have a quick thought about Pasternak, um, but maybe didn't fit into the misfit category or low value, whatever things pick up. But Fraser Minton, obviously being a huge asset in that Carlo trade, along with the first round pick, the kid could be a first line center. Like he could be we're not going to compare anyone to Patrice Bergeron because that would be like calling yourself a god, and we don't do that. But in the same mold and a big forward, he's got a big frame. He's 21 or something still, and he's so good on, just the entire fucking sheet, 200 feet. So I also think him with Husadinov and Pasternak, it really has, to your point, like alleviated Pasternak's maybe shortcomings. Because my view on Pasta is, all right, picture like you're at a 9 to 5, like you're in a sales job.
I
You're
can't
like,
picture that.
but this is what I'm trying to say. So you're like, 19 to like 25, 26, 27, until you really start being successful. You're in like this grind mode. Maybe some people aren't, right? I haven't always been in that, but you get my point, right? I think Pasternak's at the point where he's just had so much like fame, but he's also just in the family aspect of his life. Like he's about 30 years old. He's played in the league for like 11 years already. And I think he's just probably so much of life outside of the game of hockey is probably on his plate that, the growth year to year isn't there as much, but in terms of speed and all that stuff, he's obviously so immensely talented, and I think we're starting to see the going back to the Tom Brady thing, like the mental and emotional parts of his game improve as he's getting older, right? Like, yeah, he's lost his step, but he still just had 6 points 2 nights ago, and he looked incredible, and just his ability to just make it look so easy, right? These guys are all fucking playing their dicks off, and that guy slows the game down. Just give that tap in he gave to Hustadinov, like David Pastrnak has ice in his veins.
Yeah, definitely. He's absolute beauty. I just think now, like you're saying, like he picks and chooses. I think, like you know what I mean. Like he's kind of
Yeah,
picking his battles of what he's going to engage in and what he's not. Because like when that guy needs to go, he goes. Like he's definitely. But I just
yeah,
think all those old highlights of Pasta just running around and he's so fast, and obviously that's going to wear off a little bit. But you'll take that because, like you said, if the emotional and then just his mental side of the game, like people don't realize like how fast things happen on the ice. And it's like you brought up the that backdoor feed to Hustadinov. Like that went through two sets of legs, and it was a split second play. Like
yeah,
he had the wherewithal to sit there, roll off, and then wait for the gap to open because it's like you rush that pass, it's getting picked, it's hitting a skate, and it's
yeah.
yeah, it's world class athlete.
Yeah, and just to say that Tom Brady again, like he mentioned he was 25, he was good. He was 35, he was great. He was 45, he mastered the sport. Now, obviously, hockey's different. 45 is out of the question. But yeah, I think like you just have to find ways to keep getting better where you can. Pasternak, part of the fact he's not dipsy doodling like that goal he scored on Vancouver or, in certain moments of his career is because he's being played against the top defenseman every single night. And there's really no big threats on the Bruins outside of him. No one's given him a chance to put it between their legs. Like people are fucking dialed in. Sometimes those highlights I feel like happen more because guys are like they don't even know who the fucking guy is. And then there's McDavid, where obviously guys just shit themselves when they see him grab the puck.
Full diapers.
Full dipe as we call it. But yeah, I mean so hopefully he
They
continues
do that with
to grow.
Pavel Zacha too. I don't know if you've noticed that.
No, that's his diaper you smell.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He did it to the Ranger there. He made him
No, I
trip over
love.
his own feet.
Broke some ankles.
Yeah. I know. I love you guys. You guys like that edit I made, huh? The fucking couple of people thought I was being serious about it, but I just thought it was funny. It's the first thing that came to my head was that Datsuk and the McDavid like going through all these guys.
It
It's
is
just
just like a funny thing, just like Pavel Zacha is better than McDavid.
funny.
You just don't know it yet.
Yeah. I mean, he is so talented. So I mean, look, the Bruins, they're doing it right. And I think where I was going to talk about the Leafs a little bit was just the fact that I think the Bruins, we should really be just remember to be happy that you are, if you're a psycho hockey fan, we're pretty lucky. And I think there's a lot of strength in there. I know they probably had to do this, and there was really no other, they would have been insane not to, but their ability to say, we're going to take a step back here, because I feel like a team like the Leafs need to do that and they need better defensive players. They need to like really invest in that. And losing Marner, like okay, you can maybe replace the offense, but I don't know. It just didn't seem to get them. I just feel like if you're gonna lose Mitch Marner, you should trade him. I know there were some things that happened. They looked at that, but I don't know. It just losing him, and then it's like you still don't have fucking defensemen. I don't know how that team could go on a run. And as Bruins fans, like just again, like they restocked the prospect pool. They just got they might make the playoffs and the Leafs could lose. And it's like they just took a step back. Sometimes you have to do that. So I think it is a really good time to be a Bruins fan. Um, yeah.
The new era of Leaf killers. I think Fraser Minton's gonna have a lot of years killing Leafs.
Oh, dude, I know.
Agreed.
So he had 2 goals in that Rangers game. Murat had 4, Zaka had 3. I looked it up. I think the last time a team won or had three hat tricks on the same team was like 1920. It's like Montreal like Expos. So they were one goal away. If that Marat goal went to Minton, they would have been making NHL history. Um, yeah. Any other thoughts on the Bruins? Anything we didn't really cover?
Mm, yeah,
Corpusalo,
yeah, he's been playing well.
that last two games. Where do you guys fall with him? Would you keep him? I know I'm the resident goalie, but what are your thoughts?
I'd say if you can get anything for him at the deadline, do it, and then bring up DiPietro, take a chance on him.
Mm,
Because I mean,
yeah,
I feel like I don't think there's really going to be any takers on him. I feel like that's like a contract. Like you have to give a little bit for somebody to take him. But even if you get like a late pick, because I think DiPietro, I think he's NHL ready. And you've seen over the past like couple years, a lot of these AHL goalies they've had really fucking good, and they've let them walk, and they're solid NHL backups.
yeah,
Dan Vladar, Brandon Bussey.
yeah. Two to
So
just to start. Yeah,
those are two guys they really never gave a shot. I mean, I think Vladar got like one game in the playoffs when
he got pumped. I think in one of his, he played like one or two games.
I
Yeah,
think that was when Rask had to leave because of his daughter, and then
was that the playoffs? Yeah, maybe
Blah.
it was.
It was
He
like,
got shit pumped, right? Like
yeah,
eight.
he got fucking lit up.
And it's like he played Tampa in the playoffs on a Bruins team in COVID. Like
Yeah.
that, yeah, you got to give a guy more fuck. But I agree with you. I mean, Brandon Bussey's looked incredible.
Yeah, in Carolina, he's been great.
Vladar, like you mentioned, and I do like one of the things I wanted to say was were how many games have they played? I mean, they're a little over halfway, correct?
Yeah, I think like 46 games in a round.
Yeah. So you can kind of look at the playoff matchups a little bit. I think the Bruins, like again, I stand where I feel about. I think they could make a run. I don't think I wouldn't pick them to win the cup by any means, but the way they play, I think they're a hard team to beat. I think if you look at the potential matchups, it is interesting because they're about to play to Detroit tonight. Fuck boys, they're starting, huh?
Yeah, the game's on.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up.
Probably
But
not for me yet. We probably got like 10 more minutes before they start.
yours is tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah, it's tomorrow night.
Um, yeah,
Oh,
but I guess really what I was gonna say is like Detroit could be a matchup, Montreal could be a matchup, Carolina. Like, do you see any of those teams as like a
Dude,
100?
how insane would a Montreal?
oh my God, dude. I think if they play Montreal first round, the Gross boys gotta take a trip to the Garden.
Yeah, I mean it'd be sick to see a game in enemy territory, but I mean either one would be
Yeah, but he would be last row balcony. You'd end up first row lower bowl. It
like
would
that,
be fucking on the ice.
like that Rangers fan. Oh no, that was a Bruins fan
That was a
actually.
Bruins fan.
Yeah,
Scumbag Rangers fans strike again. Shocker.
yeah. I mean honestly though, like what were your thoughts on that really quick? Like, was there any particular thought about that?
With the guy getting thrown down, or
Yeah, I mean, from what you saw in the video, because
I mean, yeah, it's just like a scumbag thing to do. Like
yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say is I feel like the Bruins fan, was asking for problems. Like, it looked like it came
he might
out
have
that
been
he
asking
was,
for problems. He might not have been asking to get thrown down a fucking staircase,
no,
though.
no, and both can be true. I'm in no way saying he deserved to be thrown down a balcony. Nobody really, I mean,
Dude,
maybe
that
Hitler.
happened to my brother, dude. Not
Really?
like in a fight, not in like an altercation, but the game seven against Toronto in the that goal, the OT winner. I everyone obviously explodes, they're jumping up and down. Like
Wait,
so I
he was at game 7, 2013.
no
Uh,
no 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 no
about
no the
2 years ago.
against the Leafs, the most recent one. The
Oh,
pasta
fuck.
winner.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Yeah, forgot about that. Okay, continue.
So yeah, they scored sick goal. Everyone freaks out. So I turned to my left,
Yeah.
and then I turned back around to my right, dude, and my brother is face down, like 3 rows in front of me. I literally had to grab him by his ankle, dude, and drag him up. And
Oh
I'm just
my
like, dude,
God.
what happened? And he's like, dude, I don't know. I got pushed from behind. Like
Holy shit.
everyone was just so excited. But dude, I like turned to my right. I'm like, where did he go? Dude, this is
Wait,
the craziest moment.
this
Your
was the
brother's just
goal?
on the ice.
Yeah, dude, this was the OT winner.
That's unbelievable. I think I remember you saying that, but I didn't really realize that he actually got sent to multiple rows up
Yeah, dude, he was upside down.
or down, obviously. But yeah, no, that's fucking wild. I mean, yeah, it is dangerous. I mean, what happened obviously was different, but it seemed like there was a an article about it. I guess he was hammered. It was like starting shit, and then he like put his both his middle fingers into the guy's wife's face and was just being belligerent. And let's be honest, like I can so picture some guy from fucking Dorchester just being a complete dickhead and
I know a
being
guy from Marshfield that would.
no, I would never do that.
Buddy, USA championship game, dude. You were looking for it, dude. What do you
Well, I
mean?
was in the
I
lower
know a
bowl, buddy.
guy,
I was in
dude.
the lower bowl, buddy.
Yeah, I knew we had to pick those seats to be safe, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I'm talking out my ass, but
There's video footage that you took of yourself, dude.
yeah,
What do you mean?
I did some wild shit, but I pick my spots just like David Pastrnak. That's one way that we're similar. But yeah, I mean, it's a hostile environment for that Rangers fan. Obviously, I don't think he meant to shove the guy off the balcony, but he did. So, I mean, everyone's all right. So that was just a fucking wild clip. Sports bring out crazy things in people, and obviously I'm one to talk, but I've never shoved somebody off of you know, like 3 rows down yet. But there's a lot of videos of it happening at football
Yeah, I
games.
mean, those guys were definitely like early 50s, late 40s, so you got some years. We'll
Yeah, I guess
revisit this topic.
that's like the definition of if life doesn't go the way that you planned it, that you end up just like in a fist fight in like row 303 at TD Garden. So hopefully things work out, but I could do a night in prison. I've been there before. Anyway, yeah, guys, what else can we
I got
discuss?
some. I got something for you boys.
Hit us.
So I don't know how much you guys know or follow this, but I am a huge Ole Miss football fan.
Okay.
And they made quite the run. Unfortunately, came up a little short against Miami in the semifinals. But I made quite a bit of money, not quite a bit, like $400 on them beating Georgia. Amazing game, by the way. Anyway, where I'm going with this. So I have some money, some capital sitting in my FanDuel account. So I'm kind of just looking at future bets. I find the Hart Trophy betting odds, Mr. Macklin Celebrini plus 1,800. I go, that's fucking phenomenal.
Mm.
Throw $30 on it. It would be $30 to win. I think like 590. A week later, he's plus 500 now.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think if the Sharks make the playoffs, there's not a single fucking chance in hell this guy doesn't win the Hart Trophy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't know if they're gonna
He's
make
on
it.
pace for 100 fucking 30 points
I,
at
I
19 years
yeah,
old.
I would agree with you. I don't know if they're gonna make it. I think you're right. I think if they
They're in a
make it.
spot right as of right now, I believe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not bad odds. I mean, I think there's also parts of it where it's like that's always a tough thing, right? These awards, at the end of the day, who really gives a shit about it? Obviously, if you have money on it, you do, but there's always the debate of MVP. What is it? Is it most valuable to your team, or is it you're the MVP of the league, meaning you're like the best player in the league? What do you
What
guys
it should
feel?
be is who brings the most value to their team.
I
Yeah,
would
I agree with
agree.
that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's just because they aren't clear with it, it makes it like ambiguous a little bit. and it makes it tough to really decide that. But I would agree with you. I think logic would tell you that Macklin Celebrini is one of the more valuable players to his league, easily top three. It's always hard not to give it to McDavid and McKinnon because like I think that's where it gets into the argument of like, okay, their team would still be good, but would they be the best team in the league without Nate McKinnon? I don't know.
I think
But
you can make a legitimate argument that without Macklin Celebrini, the Sharks would be the worst team in the league.
yeah, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. And I think
Like
the
I
Avs would
saw a stat
probably still,
yesterday. He accounts for half of their points, half of their goals. He's
yeah.
contributed on.
No, he's fucking unreal, dude. I mean, he's getting
Unreal.
bullied every night too, and there's kind of that like superstar thing where sometimes they don't get every call because there would be too many penalties. So he's carrying that team. So I know I think that's a pretty good bet. Keep an eye
Yeah,
on that one.
for sure.
Um, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about like Bruins Carolina too? Like that would be kind of fun. Brandon Bussey versus the Bruins. I just don't really want that because then I see them losing and it being like, see, this is exactly, you know, that's a
For what?
clear.
A playoff series?
Yeah, because I'm thinking of if the Bruins get in at this point, they're probably a wild card. I mean, I know it's early and it's relatively close still, but like,
I mean, maybe, but like even then, like the Atlantic is so tight where you could the difference in points between like the third spot in the Atlantic and wild card two could be 2 points. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I agree with you. I mean,
So
let's just say so Montreal has played the same amount of games. They're in third. We have 52, they have 58. So that's a 3 game swing. So I mean, I agree, but say they got in right now as like the second wild card, they would play Carolina or Detroit. So you're kind of looking at that, but like you said, it is so hard to really know. They could play Tampa, they could play fucking anybody. Who do you guys who would you prey on the most that the Bruins face in round one?
hmm.
I think I'm going to take JB. I mean, I think we all agree, but I think I'm going to take Montreal. I think it would be a hell of a series, and I also think the Bruins might have the best chance to beat that team.
I would agree.
Yeah, I'd say Montreal or Detroit, honestly.
Yeah. Detroit scares me a little bit more, I feel like with their power play kind of. But
Yeah, I feel like they're just still kind of trying to find their way and like goaltending. I know it's been good as of late, but I don't know. Just feel like I'd feel most comfortable against.
yeah, but that's why I think it is interesting to think about because if they play Montreal or Detroit, like those are teams that, maybe they end up with a much better regular season record, but you might look at their goaltending and defense and be like, that's a team the Bruins could eat away. So
Yeah.
I definitely think, I mean, they got to get in and it's a dogfight, but it's going to be a hell of a playoff. I feel like this year more than ever, it's more likely that a random team could go and win this thing than looking at seeds and stuff. I think it's as wide open as it's ever been. So
I think
I'm
the Bruins
excited.
have the best fourth line, dude. Talk about dogs on meat, dude.
Yeah, they've been playing unreal as of late too. Just keeping the puck in the ozone, cycling it, just simple shit.
I also want to bring up how crazy it is how different the conferences are. Like you look at the East, it's literally just like flat, like so even. And then you go to the West and you got some I guess there's no really like super bad teams this year. I guess the Jets have been pretty bad. Calgary hasn't been great. But
Well,
like
yeah.
you got these super power teams like Dallas and Colorado and Vegas is still kind of figuring it out, but you know what they bring in the playoffs. Edmonton. And then you got the two up and coming like young juggernauts with San Jose and Chicago. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. I think the parity's crazy overall, but it's definitely way deeper in the East for sure. I mean, did you see the stat about Vegas and Calgary? So Calgary has I forget what it is. They're like 7 spots below Vegas, but Vegas has 12 overtime losses.
Oh, they have like the same amount of wins, right?
I think Calgary might have like one more regulation win or one more win in general. Yeah. Um, that was interesting. All right, we're not pouring any gasoline on this because we're not spitting chiclets. But what about this whole Ottawa Senators thing? Do you
Yeah,
guys
dude,
think
that's pretty wild.
do you think there's truth to it, or like I haven't looked into it.
I
I
don't
don't know
think
if it
so.
was I don't know if it was just a guy on Twitter or if it was like a reporter who might know something.
Dude, it's probably the same guy who fucking said Perry fucked Bedard's mom. Like same guy who just
Yeah.
made an article or making rumors or whatever.
Well, so it's actually funny you say that because it made me think of that and then a few other things that I was thinking about making a post about it and it might be worth a discussion, but just like outlandish rumors and who knows if they're true, but crazy things. Um, Connor Bedard's mom being fucked by Corey Perry and that's why he got traded to the Oilers. That's, I mean, number one probably. Eh, I think this Ottawa Senators one actually just took the top spot. Those two. You guys remember Carlson and Hoffman as well with Ottawa?
Can't say I do.
Their wives hated each other, and they ended up both getting traded out of Ottawa. Like it like ruined the room. I think there was something where Carlson's wife had a miscarriage or something, and
Oh yeah, dude, I do remember that.
yeah,
And
and
like the report was that like Hoffman's wife
was was
like
like
said something like super like disrespectful about it.
yeah, I think she was DMing her or something. So it just caused like a big problem in their room and kind of blew the team up. That's another thing with Ottawa. Then remember the Uber video with Ottawa? They were Kyle Turris, Matt Duchene, and like one other guy were in a taxi and they didn't know it was being recorded, but they were just talking about their season. They were dead last in the league, terrible year. They were shitting on their coaches. They were like, yeah, we can't even get it in the fucking like they're like on a PK, like our PK's dead last in the league. They're like, we don't even stop them at the blue line. Like they just fly in the zone. Like they were joking around about it, like just kind of anyone would, I guess. But
Yeah.
it ended up getting posted and it just looked really bad. Um,
Damn.
so I mean that's another one, but that actually obviously happened. The other ones are
And
kind
then you got people stealing Drew's cars every week.
of yeah,
Damn. They just can't
yeah.
catch a break over there, huh?
And then just in case anyone is listening and doesn't know what we're talking about, the rumor essentially is that Linus Olmark cheated on his wife, which is first an allegation. I'm not saying that's true. And then that she caught him because like the woman called and ratted him out or whatever. And then he snitched on the rest of his teammates for their infidelities towards their wives. And that Brady Kachuk is involved and Shane Pinto. It's crazy stuff. And like I'm not talking about like, this like it's real. Who knows? But I mean, it's just fucking wacky shit. It's crazy what the internet can do. The other one is Tyler Sagan fucking Nathan Horton's wife.
Oh
Which
yeah, I forgot you you brought that up. I've never heard that beyond from you, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but it definitely had a lot of steam at the time.
you said you're gonna make a post about this?
Yeah, I was thinking about just doing like NHL scandals, but part of me didn't want to because I was like, am I just like promoting like drama shit?
Yeah, might be bad media,
I just
but
thought
also would definitely get a lot of views.
yeah, I just thought maybe I can make it funny. Like I had a like a draft bit. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish it, but yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything really else to discuss. We got the Olympics, we got the merch. I'm hyped about this. If you haven't, definitely check those out because we're probably not going to do another restock before the Olympics. So if these ones sell out, if you want to rep USA hockey and watch the games, jump on those fucking hats, baby. So we're excited about that. We're excited about gross. A lot of growth. Like you said, we got a weekend up coming up here. I got to book that, and it's gonna be good to see you guys and get some pond hockey. Just kind of get away from everything. We got a bunch of new hats that we're gonna start dropping. We're only expanding that. Um, we'll probably keep discussing different stuff. I think we'll have to do a Bruins hat at some point here soon.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Yeah, so we'll discuss that, and we'll just keep trying to put out stuff for those of you who are following and listening and engaging with our stuff. We appreciate it. So just keep trying to keep going with it and have fun with it, and yeah. So anything else?
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Go Bruins. Go Bees. All right, if you listen this far, probably see a therapist, probably find one online or something. But if not, that's why we're here. Have a great week, everybody. Peace.
Peace.